And today's movie is a movie, probably a little known movie known as The Black Connection or AKA Run Nigga Run. Now, this movie came out in 1974. It wasn't a big hit or anything. Um, if I kind of had to put it, where does it rank with other Blaxploitation? It's kind of like that middle tier okay type of deal. And what it's about is a drug dealer slash pimp, I guess, who owes two different mob families. He owes one money, owes another one dope, and he goes on the run trying to evade them. Now, who was in this movie? The movie was billed as kind of starring, if you could see it over there, starring the Checkmates. So right there, the Checkmates were an R&B group. Let me get out of the way, who were discovered by Nancy Wilson, excuse me, and their name came from them being a mixed group. But even though this was the original incarnation of the Checkmates, those who were mainly in the Black Connection was when they became a trio later in the 70s. So these are the main character or the main group members and the ones who were in the Black Connection. And the star of it was this guy here, Bobby Stevens. And he plays like this, he plays the lead, the guy, Miles Carter. That was his character name, who was supposedly a dope dealer and a pimp. And in addition to this, that's kind of like, I mean, the Checkmates were the top billing. Now there was another guy in the movie by the name of Mo Raff, that's his name, and he played a mobster. That's him right there playing a mobster. I love his name in the movie. It was Don Giuliano, true mob name. But the interesting thing about Tommy Morath is he was a burlesque comedian way back in the day. So that's kind of like, it's a fuzzy picture, but that's him. So for him to come from that to playing a mafia figure is pretty hilarious. And, the one of the things about this particular movie, I will tell you, is it kind of, if I take you back to the Hitman episode and I talked about how Hitman started, and I was like, any movie that starts like this, I mean, it's going to be a good movie. I was thinking that about the Black Connection. So let me play like the scene of how it started, and I'll talk a little bit more about it. So check this out. So like with the Vegas, the hip music, the funky music, kind of like cruising down the Vegas Strip and showing some casino stuff. I was like, okay, this is gonna be all right. Um, it wasn't all right. I mean, wasn't totally bad. I've seen much worse in the Blaxploitation genre, but it didn't live up to what I was hoping it would be. Now, again, the Checkmates were the leads. You had Tommy Morath as a villain, and then Bobby Stevens. He had his main squeeze in the movie was played by Martha Washington, who didn't do much of anything else outside of this movie. She played a character called Magda, and I just want to play one scene when she enters, and this was, to me, you may not think it's all of that, but I was just like, when I first saw her walking in, and I was like, this is a fine sister, man. So let's take a look at this real quick. I mean, tall, long legs, long hair, beautiful sister, man. So I was like, but um, as the movie kind of went on, you got to see a few more close-ups. She wasn't as beautiful as I thought, but that scene, that entrance scene, I really like that about her. Now, little few highlights about this particular movie. The guy Bobby Stevens, no character Miles Carter. He owes two different mafia families, trying to evade them both. So what it is one mafia family, he the one he owes money to, they hire a hitman to kill him, while the other mafia family still wants him alive to sell dope. And what happens is the hitman from the one family kills a member of the other mafia family. And so towards the end, Carter, Bobby Stevens, he thinks he knows how to keep them both happy, but really at the end, spoiler alert, he's rubbed out, the hitman rubs him out. So with all of that being said, again, it's a good it's a decent watch. Let me put it that way. If you love Blaxploitation, you'll appreciate this. If it's like, hey man, I just tell me about the best, then I would say skip over this one. Um, and just to kind of show you how low budget and bad this movie was, in the beginning, the opening credits, like I said, Bobby Stevens plays a character. His character's name is Miles Carter, excuse me, Miles Carter. That's how he's referred throughout the whole movie. In the opening credits, they actually have him listed as Mike Carter. So I don't know if they didn't have enough money to redo the credits or if the characters just called him by the wrong name. But, I think based on the movie, his character was truly Miles Carter and they just got the credits wrong. There was some really bad acting in this movie, especially by um, the guys who played in the mafia. I mean, you could tell these guys are going over the top, trying to have the Italian accents and just trying to portray mob figures. It was just really bad and over the top. And one of the scenes that's pretty interesting is the his this guy from you know this guy, the guy on the far end, on the far left end. It, until I saw this picture of the Checkmates, when I saw him in the movie, I thought his afro was fake. So take a look at this scene here.
We Sam Cole? No, I wouldn't call him that dude. Man. I can't call him nobody. You know Louis Palmer? Tried to press me without even coming down. That's all the shit I mean. Brother, he tried to press me.
So, I mean, let's go back to that for a minute. When you look at that, I was watching this movie. I'm like, it's a really bad wig of an afro. But again, when I saw the picture of the Checkmates, I'm like, I think that's his real afro. So, um, who knows? Now, again, like I said, as someone who loves Blaxploitation, as a Blaxploitation fanatic, I enjoyed the movie. Again, it was watchable, it was decent, but not everyone thought that way. So if I, a couple of episodes ago, I told you about a couple of resources, the guys that I looked to learn about Blaxploitation movies, and there was two books I referenced. So Josiah Howard's Blaxploitation Cinema, the Essential Reference Guide, and then David Walker's Badass Mofo. And so both of these guys reviewed the movie or talked about the movie, and what Josiah said, he wasn't as harsh. He described it as super low budget with atrocious acting, poor sound, and lit like an operating room. Now, Badass Mofo, David Walker, he was a lot more harsh. He called it a vile piece of boring shit that has its heart and soul, not one single redeeming value. And here is another example of some of the horrific acting. I guess this is one of Miles Carter's horrors or whatever, but just check out this acting. This is horrible.
I'm hurting, sweet baby. I'm hurting. And it ain't for that big, beautiful black doll of yours. I wish it was. You read me?
I'm hurting. I'm hurting, sweet baby. I had to play that scene back like about 3 or 4 times because it was just so unbelievably bad. It's hilarious. Now, like I said, it's not the best movie, but one of the things I did enjoy, it has great aesthetics. You know me, I'm big on the aesthetics of the Blaxploitation genre. So this one, in terms of the threads or clothes worn, the cars, you saw some of the beginning scene with the Vegas Strip, but just seeing visuals in the movie were really enjoyable. And so this is very small scene. This is when Miles Carter, he's kind of when how I say, he thought he knew how to play the mob families. This is a scene where he's kind of taken off in very short but I like this in terms of aesthetics. So yeah, I mean, if you could get a glimpse of, he had the full length leather trench. The car he was getting into was fly. His hat was dope. So yeah, aesthetics. It's a great movie. Not a great movie, but it's a lot of great aesthetics in the movie. Let me put it that way. Now, the other thing that I will mention about this is it's only an hour and 20 minutes long, but that seems too long for this movie. It was some scenes were drawn out and they were very, very long. And I think it was either simply to fill out time in the movie or to showcase songs from the group's album because their album they had an album titled FSO, and a lot of songs on that were in the movie. So in essence, FSO was almost like the soundtrack to the movie. And I thought I had some liner notes. Now, one of the things that you know um, about the particular group. I don't know how popular the Checkmates became, but I would have hoped that they would have made it simply because in reading the liner notes for the album FSO, they kind of, the guys really bore their soul a little bit in terms of talking about some of the challenges and struggles they've had with prior record companies. And they eventually wound up starting their own record company to put their thing out. And so they were just saying how it felt good to have freedom to be able to do their own thing and to just not be bound and shackled by other record companies. So again, I don't know much about them. I hope they were able to find some success, but if nothing else, you can hear some of their sounds if you go peep this movie or pick up their FSO soundtrack.